Do you ever feel like God has somehow given up on you? And in that moment, do you feel like a puppy abandoned along the roadside? An intense sense of loneliness sets in, and even though there are those who try to befriend you, you still feel alone and forgotten. And if the enemy comes along in your vulnerable state and wants to take advantage of you, there's nothing you feel you can do about it because you're so defeated in that moment. You cry out to God with sorrow and sadness that emanates from the depths of your soul in a desperate attempt to relieve the haunting feeling that you're about to breathe your last breath because you don't have the hope to take even one more. But even though you're crumbling into someone you don't recognize any longer, and even though the very essence of who you thought you were has faded from view for you, and even though you no longer have any desire to continue because of your current perspective, having lost any sense of identity in a world that's changed so dramatically, but God has not changed. He is, was, and always has been the same yesterday, today, and forever. But in that moment when everything you've ever suffered was placed upon Jesus' shoulders to endure, He spoke these words not for Himself, but in your place as if they came from your very own lips. In that instant, He bore the unbearable, so you don't have to suffer any longer. And the answer to the question, why have you forsaken me, becomes clear when you find yourself standing in the garden on the third day after death, and Jesus puts His hand on your shoulder and says, "Because of me, you are not forgotten."